Hi guys, it's Mrs. Lachance. So this is our last read aloud story for our exercise unit. It's our 6th week working on this unit and it's coming to an end. So our last story time is going to be called My Steps by Sally Derby. This week we're focusing on how we stay safe when we're moving our bodies and exercising. So while I'm reading this book, I want you to pay close attention to how the characters use safety, but also how they use their imagination when they're doing their exercises and moving their bodies. There's going to be a couple main characters in this book, and the story is going to take place on these steps. And I want you to pay attention and use your thinking caps about how the characters are using their imagination when they're exercising and playing on the steps, okay? So, my steps. These are my steps, all 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can hop up from 1 to 5 and down from 5 to 1 on just 1 foot. Whenever it's a pretty day, I play on my steps while cars and buses swoosh down the street and people walk by on the sidewalk. Sometimes I know the people and then I say, "Morning, Mrs. Johnson." "Afternoon, Preacher Jones." But my mom always says, "Don't you go talking to strangers," so I don't. I look away. At the top of my steps is the stoop where I play with my friend Essie. Every morning before Essie comes, I bring the broom out and I sweep away all the dirt and the ants and the bugs and the glass, if some got broken in the night. My stoop has sides, 2 walls made of bricks. When I was 5, I couldn't see over them. Now I'm so big, those walls are only up to here on me. Essie and I pretend the walls are horses and we climb up and ride. Sometimes when my mom's not looking, we stand on the horses' backs like the lady in the circus. Springtime mornings, my steps are shady, cool, and hard and smooth. If I lie on the top step, all down my back, I feel shivery cool. If I lie on my stomach, I see crooked cracks in the cement. I pretend the cracks are rivers. Once I took a piece of green paper and I tore it into little pieces, and I crumbled up the pieces and made bushes all along the rivers. Essie and I like to color. She sits on 2 and puts her paper on 3. I sit on 4 and put my paper on 5. That way we each have our own desk, just like in school. But if we don't put away our crayons, that old sun can melt them, so they stick to the steps. It takes a lot of scraping when crayons stick to cement. Some days when the sun's so bright, it makes me squint. If I ask and ask, my mom brings out a blanket and hangs it from wall to wall. Then Essie and we have a shady cave where we sit and tell secrets so quietly. People walking by don't even know we're there. I have another friend, that's Nicholas, and when he comes, we all play Stone School. Here's how we play. I'm teacher first, because they're my steps. I put my hands behind my back and hide a little stone. Then I put my hands out in front. Essie and Nicholas sit on 1, that's kindergarten, and they take turns guessing which hand. When they guess right, they get to move up to 1st grade, and whoever gets to 4th grade first gets to be teacher next. Sometimes on summer afternoons, when the cement is hot through your shoes, the firemen open up the hydrant near my steps. The water shoots out and splashes down the street. Kids I don't even know come running till my ears are full of shouting and laughing. We get our clothes wet and our faces wet and our hair wet, and we kick and splash and run till the firemen close the hydrant. after Mom lets us each have a popsicle and we sit on my steps in our wet clothes and forget all about being hot. Summer is better than fall and hot is better than cold, but I keep my steps clean even when Mom says it's too cold to play on them. Before school, I sweep away all the leaves. If the leaves were wet, I have leaf prints on my steps like shadow leaves. When I come home from school, the leaf prints are gone, but I have more leaves to sweep. After fall, winter comes shivering in. I shovel the snow and scrape the ice, but that's hard. When I finish, my mom says, "Girl, let me feel that muscle." Even in the winter, I'm glad I have my steps, all 5 of them. And when I come back from away, I run up the steps like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I push open the door and I shout, "I'm home." The end. So this was our final read aloud story. You can feel free to refer back to this video. We're going to be talking and reviewing a lot about all of the books we have read for the unit this week. So we'll be seeing some of them again. If you have any questions at all about any of the stories, feel free to ask one of us, or you can refer back to the lessons. There will be an activity that ties in with this final story, and I'll be posting that in a separate video link and a Google Doc. And if you have any other questions or you want to refer back to the story for different activities or ideas, then take a look at the video again. Thanks, guys.